Hi, kindergartners. Mr. Wojcik here. I just want to talk to you about what we're doing next in technology. Last time you were here, we worked with Osmo tangrams, and the tangrams were a lot of fun. They were a little bit challenging, but you did a really great job. We learned about learning how to flip and turn those shapes so you could make those pictures correctly on the screen, earn those points, and get to those castles to free the princesses. So you did a really good job working with the tangrams. We'll go back to tangrams sometime this year and practice with them again. Today we're going to learn a new app as far as technology go, and it's called Osmo Numbers. And you're going to get an orange box this time. You'll see the numbers inside. You'll see number tiles, and you'll see dot tiles. And for the first activity that we're going to do, we're just going to use the dot tiles. So open that up, and there's lots of dot tiles. There's numbers ones, there's twos, and fives. And there's a reason that not all the dot tiles are there. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So I have two stacks of dot tiles. I'll just take them out of the bucket here and stack them up on the table. You're not going to be able to see too much of what's going on the table. I don't have my laptop with me today, so my camera is not the best, but we'll do the best we can with this video. All right, and I'll show you in class too how to. We'll just do a quick review on Osmo Numbers as well. All right, here we go. My Osmo iPad is all set up. We have our base. Remember, we have our mirror on top here. Remember, we had that flap on the back we had to open up to put the mirror on. You all did a great job setting up your Osmos last time. And then here we go. Osmo Numbers looks like this. So this was tangrams right here. Here's Osmo Numbers. I'm just going to tap on it. And the class before we should already have this set up for you and ready to go. But if we don't, we're going to press the orange Get Started, just so you can see how we get into this. And then we're going to press skip in the corner, and I'll go through this with you in class again real quickly. And then we're going to click on below at the bottom, maybe later. This is going to take me to a pathway or a play button, and then I have a path of activities to do, kind of like Osmo tangrams where we had paths to get to the castle. But this goes deeper down into the ocean. And the more you go down following the path, the more difficult it gets. So we're probably just going to stick around this, the first two, maybe three activities, depending on how far you want to try to go and how far you think you can, what you think you can do with this. So stick with number one right now. Get used to learning how to do it. And if you want to try a harder level when this unlocks, you can try that. So I'm going to choose, you see three fish swimming around the number one. And in order to get these fish to turn into a color or light up, depends on your score. So the higher your score, the better. So if you get a low score, the small fish will light up. If you get a medium score, the medium fish will light up. And then a high score, your bigger fish will light up. And that's just all to get you to practice your numbers and think about addition and a little bit of subtraction here as we go through this activity. So I'm just going to click on the circle and press play. And it's going to come up as count. So your 1 + 1 = 2. And so you get the idea of doing some addition in this class. So we have some bubbles that fell, and these bubbles are filled with water. And down below here is, imagine that as being a fish tank. And we fill up the fish tank with water and fish and plants. And as you fall down, you can see there's a fish right here. And that fish is in a bubble. And that fish, you want to try to get that fish down into your fish tank. Also, there'll be boxes, and those boxes have plants in them. You might see some as we move along here. And what it's wanting me to do right now, it's wanting me to get this number 3. But I'm not going to get the number 3. It's wanting me to take the number 1 tile out and the number 2 tile out to make a total of 3. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it a little different because I see a combination that I can do, and the combinations will give you more points. So if I see a bubble that's yellow, that means it's combined or touching other number 5s up through here. And it's going to combine all these 5s and get rid of them all. So that's a good thing. So it's going to give me the most points. So I'm just going to take my 5 tile actually, and I'm going to put my 5 tile down in front of the iPad on the table. And you'll see the 5 pop up here. When the 5 pops up, the computer reads it, and it zaps all my 5s and gives me a whole bunch of points. Also, the one thing it does do also is when you get those combinations like that, it won't drop water into your tank. And even though your fish do need water and your plants need water in the fish tank, you don't want to fill up your tank. The object is to get as little water into your tank as you can so you can keep the game going. Because once your tank is full, the game ends. So there's some strategy behind this as well. So you want to be thinking strategy, and you want to be thinking how to get the least amount of water in your tank so you can keep the game going and score more points. So I have my 5 sitting here on the table. You can see the tile right there, and I'm going to take that away. So I don't have any 5s left, but I do have some 4s, and these are going to be combinations. So these 2 4s will be a combination, and it won't drop the water. So again, if I have combinations that are touching each other, it's not going to drop the water into the tank. But this 4 will drop water in the tank. It's a bigger bubble, so it's going to drop more water. So I do not have a 4 tile, so I have to think about what's going to make a 4. And it still wants me to make a 3. It's going to give me a hint. But I'm going to do the 4s because I know I get a combination. So I'm going to do a 2 and a 2. So I know 2 and 2 make 4. So 2 plus 2 make 4. It gave me a combo, and there we go. Actually, it gave me the combo on the 2 I didn't expect it to give me a combo on, and then it dropped 4 gallons of water into the tank. So I'm going to pull that 4 off, and I see a 1 there, so 1 plus 0 is going to be 1. So I'm going to do a 1. Hopefully it gives me a combination here, but it did not. It does not look like they weren't close enough to each other. But I did get a fish to drop down, and it looks like hopefully I might get a box to drop down pretty soon here. Yep, there it goes. So I got another number 1 to drop down again, and you can see I have a whole bunch of numbers kind of stuck right here. So I have a 3 and a 5. So I have, I'm going to do the 5. Even though it's going to give me more water, I have 2 5s that'll drop down, and more bubbles will drop down. You can see this 1 is kind of sliding down just a little bit. Here it comes. There we go. And that 1 will get taken away. All right, so I'm going to do the 5. And I probably should do the 3 actually, but because I'll get that fish maybe. So I'm going to do the 3. So 1 plus 2 more equal 3. And I didn't get the fish. The 2 got in the way. I was worried about that. So I'll go ahead and do the 2. So now I have a 2. If you can see on the table, I have a 2 and a 1. And if I had, so that's 3. So if I take away 1, so 3 take away 1 would make 2. And I got another fish in the water, and then this box is going to break open and give me some kind of plant. All right, so now I have a combination here, yellow one, so that's really good. It's going to take all my 5s away and not add water to my tank. So I'm going to add my 5. All right, and that was a good one. So I'm going to try the 6s just because maybe it'll give me a combination, hopefully. So 5 and 1 more makes 6. And there we go. There's my combo I was looking for. And it looks like I might have a combo for 2s. So I'm going to take my 5 and 1 away. Actually, I'm still going to take the 5 away. And it gives me that 1, gives me a fish. And then I'm going to add a 2 here real quickly. I'm going to add I'm going to add, I'm going to add 1 more to make 2. So 1 plus 1 makes 2. And that gave me a combo. So I didn't have to add water or a lot of water. Now it looks like I have a whole bunch of 4s here. So I'm going to add 2 and a 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4. Or I already have 2 there for my 2 1s, and I'm going to add 2 more. So I would have, I don't know if you can see this on the table or not, but I have 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 2. So I can add 3 numbers at a time. So 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 2 more will make 4. That's going to give me a great combo there. So I did get a little bit of water added, but I got a fish, which gave me 50 points. It'll give me a box, but I think will give me points too. So now I have a bunch of fish swimming around, and I see another combo here. So I have 4. So I'm just going to add 1 more. So I have 2 plus 1 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. So I added 4 numbers together. And again, now I'm up to 500 points. I still have the tiny fish, but I'm working on getting that medium fish. So let's see here. I'm going to take away the 3 1s on my screen. So I have 3 1s. I'm going to take away those 1s, and I'm going to make those 2s, and hopefully I get a combo there. It does not look like it gave me the combo. So I'm still learning the game, so I'm figuring out what's combos and what's not. I'm going to take the 2 6s. So I'm going to go 2. I have 2 here already. So I'm going to go 2 plus 2 plus 2 is what I'm going to do. It gives me 6. And that'll be a combo. So I didn't get any water added to my tank. I did get a plant that fell down to the bottom. And the next one here, I have 2 3s. So I'm going to take away my 2 2s and add a 1. And now I have 3. And that gave me a combo. I didn't have any water added to my tank, so I'm doing pretty good with that. So just continue to think about your combos. And so I think if they're touching, you get a combo. If they're not touching, I don't think you get combos. So let's try the not touching ones. Let's try to make 4 here. That did give me a combo, so there we go. So if they're wiggling, I guess, those 2 numbers were wiggling, so it gave me that combo. So I'm going to do the 2 1s here and see what happens. So it did not give me that combo I was looking for. So it added 3 gallons of water. So you can see my water level slowly getting up to the top here. And I get a lot of points, 744 points. So I'm working my way to that medium fish there. Oh, here's a sponge. So the sponges are good. You want to get those sponges so you can soak up some of that water in your tank. So that's kind of interesting as well. So I'm going to do, I think the next best combination to do would be the 4. I'm just, maybe the 3. I think I'm going to do the 3. So 2 plus 1 is 3, so that's going to drop that 6 down a little bit and get that sponge a little closer. And now my 2 6s are wiggling, so that means they're going to be combos. So I'm going to get my 6s here. So I'm just going to do a 5 and a 1. So 5 and a 1 is 6. There's my 1. There's my 5. And that's going to be a combo, which won't add any water. Oh, and it didn't add my sponge. So I'm going to take away the 5s here, which will add my sponge. Or 5 take away 1 is 6. There we go. And, oh, boy, it did add some water there. So I added a whole bunch of water. That kind of backfired. So there we go. But I did get the sponge. That did help take some water away. Notice up here I have a hook which will catch my fish. You don't want to catch a fish because the more fish you have in your tank is more points for you. But sometimes you can't help getting the hook in the water. I think the next best one for me to do is try a 1 and maybe try a combo for those 3s. So we'll see how that goes. So my 3 is wiggling. That means I'm going to get a combo if I get those 3s, so I won't add any water to my tank. There we go. And now I have to just make a decision here. What's the best way to go about this? I'm going to try the 4, and it looks like this 5 is a yellow one. So when this drops down, it'll turn yellow, and then I'll get a combination and get all 5s out of there and not add water to my tank. So I'm going to add 1 more to make a 4. So So I did add 4 gallons to my tank. You get a pretty, well, I added 8 gallons in my tank. I'm almost to the top now. Oh no, so I'm going to add more water. So no more water. My game might be over. Darn it. So that was a bad choice. So again, there's some strategy here for this. I did get a high enough score to get my small fish and medium fish lit up, but I would need a higher score to get my larger fish lit up. So when you're at this point of the activity, you can redo it to try to get that highest score for your fish, or you can go on to the next level. In the next level, you're using the same tiles, the same dot tiles, but you're going to have bigger numbers to add to. Move my tiles out of the way. I have the same tank with water down below, and now you can see my numbers are bigger. And I have different types of fish as well. So the best one to start with, I do have a combination for a 5 here. I also have a 10 that's going to give me a good combination and not add water. So I could do either one. So I'm going to do the 5s. And that's not going to add water to my tank. Oh, now it is going to add water. It was not, they were both wiggling just a second ago. So you tricked me. So I added a little bit of water to my tank, it looks like. And now I'm going to work on my 10. So 5 plus 5 more is 10. So I'm going to add another 5. So it gets a little harder. So if you know your facts, you can probably do pretty well. So my 2 9s are wiggling. So I have 10 right now. So basically I have to get a 5 and a 4 to make 9, because I know if I count backwards, the next number is 9. So I just have to take away my 1 5, and I have to add 4 more. So there's 7, and then 2 more would make 9. So, and that was a good combination because I didn't add any water to my tank. So I have a 12 here, but that's going to add 12 gallons to my tank. So that's a pretty big bubble. So I'm going to break the smaller bubbles and try to get another 12 to get a combination, but I don't see any 12s here. I do have a new feature here, a bomb, and maybe this bomb will break these bigger bubbles and I can have smaller bubbles to work with, or combinations will fall down. So I'm going to do the 5 to get that down, and maybe my 2 7s then will be combination numbers. So let's see if that works. So it looks like they are wiggling. I'm going to quick get a 7 there. 5 and 2 is 7, so they are a combination. So I didn't have any water added. I did get a fish, so that added 100 points actually for that fish. That fish is worth way more. And now will help me out is I have the bomb here, which broke those bigger bubbles. I'm getting this 12 to work down, and now I have a combination of my 8. So I have a 7 there now. I need 1 more to make 8, and now my 12s are going to fall down. I hopefully will get a combination with those also. So again, those combinations are important to keep that water level low. I have 8 right now here, and I need 12. So I'm going to take away my 1 and 2, get back down to 5, add 5 more. 5 and 5 makes 10. And then I need 2 more to get to 12. So I could add 2 1s, or I could add a 2. So I'm going to add a 2. So 5 plus 5 plus 2 makes 12. And, oh, looks like I have a 10 here that's yellow. I have 12. I'm going to take away the 2 to make 10, and that shouldn't add any water either. So this game's going much better, and looks like I had a whole bunch of points there on that one. So that worked out pretty well. Oh, I got another combination because my 10 dropped down. So that worked out really well. So it looks like I have no combinations here on this one. I think I'm going to try to get this 11 to fall down, or get this bomb to fall down. So I'm going to take away the 11 and see what happens. It's going to add a lot of water to my tank, but let's see if we can get that to go down, and I can pop some numbers here and hopefully get some combinations. So it looks like I have a combination of a 9. So I'm going to take away the 5. I'm going to have a 6 here. Oops, that probably wasn't very good because I did have a 6 that fell down, so I added a bunch of water. I did get a fish. I still have my combination of 9 though. So again, there's a lot of strategy going on here. So I have 6. I'm going to do 9 real quick here because I had a 7 sitting there. I had to watch out for that. So you have to do a lot of thinking in this game and a little bit of strategy to get your higher points. So you see I'm at the medium fish now. And some of that was just kind of being lucky. So I'm at 9. So I have a combination of a 10 going here. So I'm going to add 1 more to make a 10. There's my bomb is going to, and now you got a combination of a 10 here. That's not going to add any water. So actually this game's going pretty well. I'm getting pretty lucky as I go along here. Getting all kinds of fish added. So I think I have a pretty good chance to get that large fish. There we go. So all kinds of things keep happening here. So I'm just going to wait for everything to settle down and let the game do its thing here because things keep dropping down. So I have 10 sitting here. So I don't have any combinations here. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to take the 11 and do the 11. So I'm going to add 1 more to make 11. And that's going to add a lot of water to my tank, but that did give me the combination of the 5s. So I'm going to take all the numbers away to get a 5. Oh, and for some reason my combination went away, so I added water. So I'm not sure why that does that. If I don't do it fast enough or for whatever reason. So I add 2 to make that 7. I should have done the 6 because it would have dropped that 7 down and made me a combination. So again, strategy. You got to think strategy in this game. So I'm going to take the tile away. I have a 5 tile sitting there. I'm going to add another 5 to get that 10 because it's yellow. Not going to add any water. And see if I can get another combination here, but does not look like I got lucky on that one. So I do have a fish hook dropping down, so I'm going to be careful of that. I'm going to do the 11 to try to get that box and fish to come down. Now I have to do the 9, so I'm going to do a 5, a 2, and a 2 to make 9. So it looks like also then I might get lucky here. Nope, maybe I won't get lucky and get a combination. Yeah, I didn't get lucky there. So, but I did get a lot of fish, and it looks like my hooks might fall down. I'm going to catch a fish and lose some points here. Hopefully it's a small fish they catch. There we go. Yeah, I did lose some points. You can see my points up here. I'm almost to that big fish there. So let's see. I'm going to try. I'm almost to the top of my tank too, so I'm going to run out of time here, I think, in order to get fish. So I'm going to try the 6. So just because I know I'm going to add some water, I'm going to add a little bit of water at a time here. So I added 18 gallons of water actually there. So I have a combination of a 7 there, so I'm going to add 1 more to make that 7. And let's see if I can get any more combinations to fall. Ooh, we've got a 7 to fall. And I didn't get lucky here. So I'm going to try the 6, I guess, and try to get a fish to fall, get as many points as I can, because I'm running out of fish. My fish tank's going to fill up here any second. And I'm going to do the 9. So 5 and so 5, 6 there. So I need 3 more to make 9. So I'm going to add a 2, and I'm going to add a 2 again. And that should probably fill up my tank. But I did get some points for adding that plant. So I didn't quite make it to that large fish, but I did get the medium one. So I was close though. So hopefully you get the idea. This was a rather long video. Sorry about that, but at least you get the idea of how to do the fish activity or the number activity for Osmo numbers. So we'll have some fun with that, and we'll see you in class.